This is the Crosscurrent S from Juiced Bikes. I got the 17.4 amp hour version. The smallest battery option available is roughly 13 amp hours, with the largest being 21. It came standard with the fenders, headlight, and rear rack. The bag I added myself. The taillight also came standard. It has front and rear hydraulic disc brakes. They give excellent stopping power even in the rain. It has a rear internally geared hub motor which freewheels while pedaling and is lightweight, unlike the direct drive motors. The downside is you do not have the option for regenerative braking. Now this bike has a throttle as well as pedal assist. One thing that makes this bike unique is the use of a torque sensor, while most pedal assist bikes only use a cadence sensor. So this bike can tell how hard you're pressing the pedals in addition to how fast you are turning them. My homemade bikes were throttle only, but this bike has made me a true believer in pedal assist, and I rarely use the throttle at all. Now for the pedal assist, there are 5 different power settings, the lowest being Eco, then there's 1, 2, 3, and S, which stands for Sport. Alright, this will be an acceleration test using only the throttle. Now using the throttle only, it tops out at 20 miles an hour, and the peak power I was seeing was around 650 watts, and we're pretty close to a full charge here. To get the full power, you have to put it in S mode and pedal with it, and then you will get close to 1,000 watts with a top speed of roughly 30 miles an hour if you have it unrestricted, slightly more on a full charge. For the controls, you have an index shifter for the rear derailleur. You'll see it has 9 speeds. And on the left side you have your thumb throttle and 2 buttons on the front to change the power levels. And there's a power button on the rear of the display. The question I'm always asked is, how far does it go? Can be difficult to answer because it depends on many factors. Essentially, the faster you go, the shorter your range is. So in the highest power mode, S, with a top speed of 30 miles an hour, and hills, I get roughly 2 miles for every amp hour consumed. So worst case scenario with this battery would be roughly a 30-mile range. Now, in the eco mode, I'm sure over 100 miles would be possible. It really depends on how much you pedal, how fast you go. But I haven't personally tested this out completely. In this clip here, I'm in a 25 mile an hour zone, and you'll notice that there is no shoulder on the road and no bike lane. By staying in the S mode, I am, however, able to keep up with the traffic. In the S mode, the motor will provide you with full power up to roughly 30 miles an hour, after which it starts to taper off and you'll be completely on your own. This was a quick overview of the Crosscurrent S by Juiced Bikes. At the time of this video, I have roughly 500 miles on the bike. If you'd like me to cover any other aspects of it, let me know in the comments down below.